Hi, could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role?
Certainly. My name's Jackie Swan. I work as a domestic abuse advocate for East Ayrshire Women's Aid. Sort of more specifically, what that means is I work with women and their families who are at significant risk of serious harm.
Thank you. And in relation to COVID-19, can you tell us a little bit about how this has impacted your role and also the way that you provide support to people, and maybe outline any particular challenges or successes that you have had?
Certainly, well, to be honest with you, most of my clients are involved in really quite complex processes, whether that be child protection, children's hearing systems, civil and criminal matters. And it felt very much like at lockdown as if just everything was put on hold, which was really frustrating for people that were involved in those processes. It was also particularly frustrating trying to get up to date information on the progress of things, because obviously different organisations were doing things very differently. There was a lot of home working, there was a lot of stuff maybe being sidelined through call centres, and it was really a bit of a learning curve for everybody involved.
And in relation to some of the specific challenges, I understand that there have been significant delays in the courts, etc. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, indeed. I mean, both in criminal and civil proceedings, there has been lengthy delays. That obviously affects a woman's recovery, because within a set time scale, she normally has time to deal with things and whatever. So there has been lengthy delays, and a lot of things still haven't been dealt with through the courts. With regards to, like said, the child welfare hearings and such like, whereas normally both parents would be involved and they would be in the courtroom during that process, instead they are being represented by their solicitors, and they're relying on their solicitors to feed back what the sheriff decided on that occasion. Now that's really, that whole process isn't minuted. So you're not actually hearing what was said in the courtroom. You've got to put your total trust on your solicitor to make sure that they're representing you properly.
That must be quite challenging, the extra delays and not having that direct communication. Can you tell me a little bit then about anything that you hope might change for the better as a result of maybe the new ways of working as a result of COVID? Is there any positives that have come out of the experience?
Well, I think, yes, I think so. I think it would be good to have more of a flexible approach to how women choose to engage in a process. You know, for example, today I had a trial which was a standby trial. So instead of us actually having to go and spend all day waiting in a courtroom to find out that the trial had been deferred, instead we had to wait on a phone call. So that's really helpful, and it's a lot less stressful for people. I know certainly the children's hearing system now have kind of various options on how people choose to behave, to engage. Sometimes, you know, it can be done by telephone, sometimes it's virtual, sometimes it's part virtual. However, concerned about how children's views are represented within that process.
Okay, and what kind of, if you had one kind of message to give to everybody watching today about your service, what would you like to say?
I would like to say, the minute that you have any inclination that there's domestic abuse, refer the woman to our service, because we can provide intense support to that woman, and hopefully by the time it gets to a child protection case conference, all the protection and safety measures have been put in place, and as a result of that, the children shouldn't require to go on the register.
That's great, Jackie. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you. Bye.